yeah, still staying safe. I have no idea what day it is. I don't know, is today Monday? I'm not really that sure, I can't remember. But today, what we are going to be doing, we've got a few people joining us at the minute. I am going to be doing the beginner's guide to gymnastics, okay? Just the basic things that I teach all my junior kids when they want to start maybe doing roly-polies and cartwheels and yeah, just in general when they start finding the cool stuff. Maybe they've watched some things you know, on YouTube and they want to give it a go. It is quite hard, some things, but the basics, if you can nail the basics, then obviously you can keep practicing and yeah, you hopefully can get really, really good at gymnastics. Now, I'm not saying that I'm amazing at gymnastics, but I can backflip and I can do stuff like that. I was actually self-taught before I actually went to gymnastics, and I think that the basics you should try and follow. So we're going to basically start off with doing some commando rolls. We're going to do some roly-polies. I'm going to show you how to get the strength in your arms to do handstands, which then will lead into cartwheels. But we always start off with bunny hops for the little kids. I mean, no one's that big doing roly-polies. If there is, well then I'm worried. You've got to be a little bit bigger, maybe from 2 years old onwards, okay? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to just turn this music down a tiny bit, a tiny bit. It's nice to have a little bit of ambience in the room. Okay, so first and foremost, just because we're going to be going onto our backs and onto our necks, I just want you to roll the neck. Just roll the neck slowly from side to side, because we will be using our neck and we need to make sure that it's nice and warm and nice and supple. Okay, so a few at the bottom and then tip your head up and tip it to the side like this. Try not to raise your shoulders up, okay? Make sure you keep them shoulders nice and low and just nice and relaxed, and you just let that head do the work, okay? All right, and now we're gonna stop there and we're gonna go right and left, or left and right, no matter what way you're looking at me there. Just gently side to side. Again, don't overstretch. You want the body to remain absolutely, perfectly still, and we're just loosening up that neck like this, and then we're gonna go up and down, okay? Up and down, up and down. Really important, guys. I always say it when I do my dance workshops. You've always got to do a little warm up before, okay? Even if it's just a 5-minute stretch, okay? Now the shoulders, we're gonna take the shoulders round. That's it, because we're gonna be rolling onto our shoulders, okay? Like I say, this is the real beginner's guide, okay, to gymnastics, okay? Because I didn't want to just teach you stuff that maybe might be an intermediate level, because you don't want to get hurt, okay? That'd be silly. So roll them shoulders, now go forward. Really make sure that them shoulders are nice and loose, okay? Because we are going to be doing some rolls and we're doing some roly-polies, okay? So we've got to have nice loose shoulders, just up and down a little bit. Just get them shoulder joints nice and loose, okay? And then arms round like this. So we're really loosening up. So I started doing gymnastics when I was about 6-7 years old, okay? As some of you might have watched my other dance videos, I'm very flexible. I was always flexible. Now go forward with your arms. But I always wanted to do backflips and stuff, simply because I loved martial arts, okay? Now just one arm going around. I used to love martial arts, and I used to love when Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, maybe some of you don't know them, but mums and dads will, they used to be doing flips, and I was absolutely obsessed. Other arm. So I actually taught myself how to do it, and also being a dancer, I kind of knew my own body as well. But then I actually went and got lessons, and they really taught me the basics. Even though I could do certain stuff, my technique was quite poor, okay? Brilliant, okay, so we should be nice and loose. Just want to give your arms a little loose like that as well, so just go around in a circle. We're nearly finished with the warm up. We don't need to do too much. Just make sure that our neck and our back is slightly warm. Arms in front, little twist. That's it, just try and keep it so it's just the top half of your body. You don't want your legs to be moving as well, because that defeats the object, okay? So a nice sharp twist, but not too hard. We don't want to injure ourselves. Okay, a little shake off, and we are there. Who we got watching? Hi there, guys. Hiya there. Right, okay, so the basics, what we're going to do first, I'm going to tip my tripod down a tiny bit. As you can see, I've got a little pillow on the floor, okay? Now, if you've got carpet and, you know, you're fine on the carpet, that's okay. But it's just that little bit of added cushion, okay? And it can help, okay? So especially if you've got the little ones, they're always a little bit fearful of like going over on the neck. I'm sure we've all seen videos and stuff. So this is the safest way to do it, okay? Pillow on the floor. So we are gonna do a commando roll first. Really easy. We probably do it getting out of bed every single day. It's that kind of motion like, oh, well maybe, well, I do anyway. I'm not sure about any of you. But the best way to do it is kneel at the side of your pillow. Now, this is my right arm, okay? It might look like my left arm to you, but it doesn't matter. Whatever side you are on, it's the same thing. Let me just turn this music down. Oh! Okay, so, kneel next to your pillow with your arm quite straight. You are literally going to sit down, you are going to roll onto your arm, the legs are going to come over, and you're going to stop there, okay? And then you're going to go back to the beginning, okay? So you can tell I've not rolled all the way over. Now, the most important thing is I want you to keep your legs nice and tucked, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you this way. I want you to really keep them arms and legs tucked in. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do legs open, okay? I literally want you to curl up like a little baby, okay? That's the feeling, and we're going to roll onto the side, okay? So let's do that again. So we call this a commando roll. There might be some new names for it now, but I'm really old, so you know the names are changing all the time. So here, drop the arm down and make sure that this right arm isn't trapped. It just goes a little bit in front of you so that the arm relaxes. We go onto the shoulder and we relax there. Okay, let's do that again. One more time. I'm going to just move the pillow there so you can just see. And off we go. Roll down and there. And then come back. Okay? Now, this is just getting you boys and girls just getting to know their body, okay? Body weight's a big factor, okay? They've got to know what they're doing. So this is a really, really cool way to do it. So let's do it one more time. Kneel up and roll. One. And back. All right? One more time. Drop the shoulder on the pillow and off we go. Okay? Right, now, I want you to do it a little bit faster. Now we're going to put the ending on. So we're going to roll out and we're going to go onto our knees. And it's going to go something like this. I am here. Ready? Watch. Roll and sit up. Okay? Now, we're using all this core. We're using the shoulders. We use that muscle to sit back up. Okay? So, watch one more time. Kneel at the side. Roll and kneel. Okay? This is something that you can practice, and this is why the pillow is really good, because you don't want to thump down to the floor, okay? You want to be one motion, okay? Now, if I'm stood here like this, my arm is not there. I just put my arm slightly in front so that my shoulder and this part of my arm take the weight, okay? That's really, really important when you're teaching your kids or your kids are watching this, okay? So, one more time and then we're going to move on, okay? Kneel at the side. 3, 2, 1, go. 1. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got the sideways commando roll now, okay? Now, roly-poly, I do need the pillow, but I just want to show you without it first because I've got a grey floor and a grey pillow. Right, so we're going to practice roly-polies now, okay? Now, this is the neck, okay? Very, very important. People do this wrong all the time. But there's a really simple way to practice without hurting yourself, okay? So I'm just going to tip this down a little bit more. Should be okay. Yeah, right. Okay. So, I want you to sit down with your knees just up like that, so your legs are not flat like this. Your knees are tucked up like this, okay? And all you're going to do is you're going to put your hands on your knees, and all you're going to do is roll back and roll forward, okay? We're not going to put any pressure on the back of the neck yet. I just want you to get the feeling of going back and then up, okay? Now, try not to do this with your legs. Whoom, straight legs. We don't want straight legs. We want to try and keep the knees as close as we can to the chin, okay? Now, some of you, especially kids, are a lot more flexible than adults, just naturally, okay? Just wear and tear and obviously growth and growing into an adult. So, round your arms as well, onto your knees, okay? Don't hug them, just relax them there, because that naturally keeps your arms nicely tucked in, okay? So watch one more time, and go, and back. All right, now, we are gonna practice the front way first. The reason why you practice on your back first is just to practice getting them knees tucked in. It's the same whether you're going roly-poly or you're going backwards, okay? So, if you wanna get your pillow, again, you can do, all right? You put your pillow onto the floor. Now, roly-polies, we did from the side, okay? Roly-polies, we actually go with our head. Now the pillow is really good because what we're gonna do is, if I put the pillow there, you are gonna see my head not touch the pillow first, okay? I'm gonna put my head in between my knees, like this, watch. In between my knees, and up, okay? So we will practice in the back way first. Now we're gonna go to the front way. So watch again. Down. Now, the head has got to be tucked. So mums and dads, if you're teaching your kids, their head has to be tucked completely under. So the back of the head is the first thing that is going to touch the pillow. That's why we have the pillow there, because that is a guide, okay? I'm going to do one so you can see. The hands are going to go on the floor. My head's going to get tucked under. I'm slightly onto my toes at the back, which you can't see, but I'll show you in a minute. The head goes between and there. Now, you can see the position that I was in with my legs was the same position that we went back with, okay? So that's why it's really important to keep them knees nice and tight to the chest. Who are watching? Oh, Rebecca Hodge. Hello, Rebecca. I know Rebecca. All right, so put that down again. I'm going to show you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing with my feet. As you can see, I'm not flat. My toes are dug into the ground, and I go forward with my head tucked in. And you are trying to aim for your forehead as close to your knees as you can. Tuck it right under and off, okay? Now, listen, if the kids are not getting the forward roll, that's absolutely fine. Make sure that they keep practicing the commando roll, because what it is, a lot of it is fear. And the fear that, you know, like, it's a little bit uncharted territory for them, okay, when they're trying to get. But it's really important, guys, that it's this part of the head that you try and touch the pillow first, okay? I can't stress that enough. That's why a neck warm-up is really, really important, okay? Cool. So, if you nail the forward roll, which is really, really cool if you can then obviously reverse it and do a backwards roll, okay? Now this is if you're a little bit more advanced, so maybe the older ones, okay? Now, I actually think that the backwards roll is slightly easier than the front, all right? I don't know why, everyone has a preference, but this is my preference. Now, the same move that we did with the roll back is exactly what you teach your kids to do, okay? Exactly the same. So if I just tip it down a tiny bit, my tripod. Right, so if I'm here, like this, I start again, so you can see me, I'm starting with my hands around my knees, arms tucked in, you don't want any flailing arms, head tucked in, and all we're going to do is the same. I'm going to do it without a pillow just to show you. I'm going to go like this. Okay? So as you can see, I've got my knees near my forehead, my legs are not stretched, my knees are near my forehead like this, watch. Okay? All I'm going to do, one of the most key factors my teacher told me, never stiffen your neck, just relax the neck. You are going to go over, okay? You're going to go over nice and easy, okay? But if you want to go over on the side first, that's fine, because we're kind of doing like the commando roll at the same time. So watch this. I'm going to do it like a commando roll, then I'm going to do it backwards. So watch. I'm going to turn my head to the side and back, okay? Let me show you that one more time. Wrap your hands around your knees, back, and there. And my neck is not even touching the floor there, okay? Now that's not a proper roly-poly backwards, okay? But it's a great way to get the kids practicing and going backwards, okay? Getting that fear of going back. Once I've nailed that, and some kids are different, by the way. Hi, everyone. I know that people are, oh, hi, Linda. Yes, good. Get the girls to keep practicing, all right? It's a really, really great way to get them over that fear of hurting the neck, okay? Because actually, if you can see it, my neck is not even touching the floor when I'm going backwards into a commando roll. There's some really, really good videos on YouTube, and maybe Non-Stop Kids, I might do a little video and a little tutorial, because kids always ask me when I'm dancing, oh, can you do flips? Can you do this? And they want to try it, so this is a really good way. So, just going back to the backwards roly-poly, okay? One more time, it's going to go back and there. And a great way to do it is to do one halfway, one full, like this, watch. Halfway, one full, and up, okay? Now, I'm going to do a proper roly-poly, where I'm going to keep my head, and the most important thing is, make sure you keep looking to the ceiling, okay? Because wherever your head and eyes will be, your body will tend to go in that direction. You want to be going straight back, okay? And this is the same now if you're doing a roly-poly, a forward roll, a backwards flip, a forward walkover, a back somersault. It's all the same. You always look where you're going. If I turn my head that way, I'm going to go into that direction, okay? This is the heaviest thing on the whole body. The body will go with it, okay? So, here we go. I'm going to do a proper one now, okay? So if you know that I'm wrapping my hands around my head, around my legs, and 1, 2, 3, up, okay? Again, if they don't get it, just keep doing it into the commando roll, or suicide roll it's called, but I like to call it a commando roll, okay? So, practice that, that's all well and good. Now, kids always tell me, oh, I can cartwheel, and 9 times out of 10, they nearly do it, okay? But the practicing, again, it's the fear of going over. Gymnastics is all about the fear, really, okay? But there is something that we can do, okay? With cartwheels, it's hand, and up, okay? But the classic thing that everyone does, I've done it with my nieces and nephews, it's the bunny, like the bunny hop, the bunny type jump, okay? It might not look impressive, and it's not, but it also gets you over the fear of doing it, kids. So, this is a really good way to do it. So, you put hand, and jump round, okay? So do that one more time, here we go. Watch. Hand, and jump. Now, the higher that you can get them legs, the better, okay? Because it's giving you that feeling that we are doing a cartwheel, okay? And what you've got to think about it, it's like drawing a semicircle with your legs, okay? Or like a rainbow, okay? That's the aim that you're going for, okay? So let's do it one more time. So, hands go right, left, and then watch my legs. 1, jump over, okay? Now, you've got to be strong on these, okay? Because this is what's balancing us, so you need to work on your muscles, okay? But you'll be able to do it, no problem, okay? So, one more time. Right hand goes down, left hand goes down, big jump, 1, okay? Once you get good at that, if I can turn this, you might be able to see me. Oh, hang on, I can't. Actually, I'm not allowed to turn it, but I can do it on the spot because I'm quite good. So let me see. So, a proper cartwheel. 1. All right? See how my legs, and I follow, and it's about following a rhythm. Exactly like you were on the floor. 1 movement. Boom, boom, boom. One more time. Let me show you. So watch my hands as they go down. Right, left. 1, 4. Okay? Easy-ish, and once you get it, I promise you, you'll never forget how to do a cartwheel. It's kind of like riding a bike, okay? When you get it on one side, make sure that you go over and you immediately practice on your left side, or your right side if you're right-handed, because it gets really confusing, all right? And what happens is you start getting really good, but honestly, mums, dads, boys, girls, always practice on the other arm as well, okay? Because then both sides will become really, really good and really, really symmetrical. Okay, so, to do a cartwheel, obviously, I said we need strength, right? There's a really, really, really good way to practice your strength, and that's doing handstands, okay? Now, I'm not asking you to stand here now and go forward and go into a handstand. That'd be silly unless you can already do it. But there's some tricks that you can do to help yourself get better. And also, again, it's that fear of going kind of upside down, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist my tripod around for you, all right, so you can see the edge of my sofa, okay? So if you have got a sofa at home, this is a really good way. Now, first of all, take your shoes off. If I don't take my shoes off, my girlfriend will shout at me. And rightly so, you shouldn't wear your trainers on the sofa, okay? So, right, you actually kneel onto your sofa, okay? You put your hands onto the floor. Let me see if I can tip it a little bit more for you so you can get an idea. That might be okay. That might be better. Okay, yes, right, okay. So, this is very strange, isn't it? What did you do in the year 2020, Andy? Well, here we go. So, your hands onto the floor, okay? So make sure that it's quite a nice space. I would probably say about that much, okay? Because if you do a wide thing, obviously you're not going to be in control. So kind of like the same width as your body, okay? So you go down, okay? Then with your back legs, you go on to the back of your sofa and you just hold that balance like that, okay? Now, even though that is not an actual handstand, what it does is it's getting you that feeling of balancing on these two arms, because actually out of everything, forward rolls, front somersaults, back somersaults, walkovers, balancing is the hardest thing to do out of every move because it takes a lot of control, okay? So let me show you one more time and then I'm going to show you the movement to get into a handstand that you can practice. A lot of boys and girls practice on the grass, you can practice on your bed. I still practice on my bed, I still get told off for it, okay? Right, okay, so we put the arms down onto the floor, we put the feet onto the back of the sofa, and we just hold it. And you're gonna try and straighten your back legs like that, okay? And don't keep your head up, okay? Make sure that your head is looking right in between your arms, okay? Brilliant. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you back to the front here, like so. Let me just see. Right. Okay, so this is one of the final things I'm going to be teaching you. So what we're going to do is take what we've just learned on the sofa there and we're going to practice going forward, right? Now, the dance with me immediately, you point your toe and you put your arms in the air. Again, not too wide, not too close. Nice and relaxed, okay? So it kind of maybe looks just like a V shape, really, okay? Right, and what you're going to do is you're going to practice just putting your hands on the floor and your legs just touching and coming back down, like this, watch. 1, 2, down, up, okay? Let me do that one more time for you. Arms up, down, hit, 1, up. Okay, now the reason why I'm hitting my leg at the top is so that I know that my legs have gone all the way up to the top and I'm actually getting into the position, okay? It doesn't make me do a handstand, but it lets me know that I've not done this, okay? This is what you shouldn't do, okay? Because I know that my legs didn't go all the way up to the top. If you watch my legs, okay? I know that my legs went up and touched, okay? Really, really, really cool way to practice a handstand or getting into a handstand. Also, that kind of motion, doing it frontwards, is exactly the same as doing a cartwheel, but just on a cartwheel we do it on the side and the legs have got to go up and round, okay? So it's kind of like the legs are chasing after each other. So one more time. So point your foot out in front, arms up, go forward, touch, down and up. And it's really important that you don't do this. Watch, try not to do this. Okay, you don't want to like fall off it. You want to do it with loads of control, holding in your stomach, arms in the air, point your toe, and off you go. 1, tap, up, up. All right? Then, the final thing, okay, instead of touching, once you get to know your own body and you can see your legs going up there, and you know that your legs are nearly at the top, don't touch the legs at the top, space them apart. and try and hold it for half a second, okay? Right, half a second is perfect because then you know that you're starting to get control. Practice, practice, practice. Then you might start holding it for a second, then 2 seconds, then 3 seconds. You get the drift, okay? So, if I point my toe, watch, up we go, hold, and up. So I held it for half a second, really small, okay? Once you get practicing that, up, hold, down, up. I held it for about, what, a second and a half? I'm going to try and hold it a little bit longer. If I fall over, don't laugh at me. Promise not to laugh at me, all right, okay? Right, point your toe, arms in the air, up, 1, 2, 3, whoa! I need 3, that's good, I'll take 3 seconds. So, they're the moves, practice them, watch this video again. I might even do a tutorial for you guys so that you have it and you can keep watching it. Keep being safe. If you're back at school, brilliant, that's great. That means a bit more normality. If you're at home still, keep working hard, keep washing your hands. We will see you very soon. We will be back. Non-Stop Kids are so good and we have just adapted to this so well, okay? And we will be back hopefully in church halls, in your houses soon, okay? But in the meantime, keep following cool stuff like this. Follow all the magic, it's really cool. I mean, it's free, it's great, isn't it? You know? And keep practicing, keep working hard, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.